You're watching KTVB, Idaho's News Channel 7. This is the news at noon.
Some local Boise moms were recently published. Their stories are told in the Book of Moms. So joining me now to tell us all about this book, ta-da, I want you to meet Megan Bryant, Maureen Karmalis, and Wendy Bernards. All mothers right here, is that right?
Correct.
But also now published authors.
It's true.
How did it all come to be?
There was a publishing contest that we found out in various ways. I know I found out about it on Twitter. They were asking for mothers to submit stories of any kind relating to motherhood. And there were 14 winners that went into the Book of Moms, and it was recently published around Mother's Day. And several of us from Boise decided we wanted to get together and make a little to
only
do about
14 that got selected for this?
Correct.
Ladies, that's pretty good. Now, was this your first time in entering a contest or publishing something?
Yes, actually it was. And I'm not a mom. I'm an adoptee. So my story was about actually taking the plunge and doing the search for my mom in my 40s.
Wow.
So.
Well, I've heard this book is very touching. Tell me a little bit about your story.
My story is my husband and I struggled with infertility, and mine's kind of the personal journey that I took, and which led us to adoption of our son, and just what a miracle he is in our life, and how joyful that was. Even though it was a struggle getting him, it was well worth it.
What was it like to write about something that obviously you're so passionate about?
It was liberating for me. My story, I'm a birth mom, so it's a story that I hadn't ever really put out there. So I thought, I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to write my story about giving a child up for adoption, and if it's selected, then it's going to be out there. So I think for all of us, it was a way to really just come to terms with our perspectives on motherhood and be able to share all the different stories and angles.
Would you agree on that?
Yes, definitely. And for myself, it was really cathartic writing because it was a long researched decision that I made to search for my mom, my birth mom. I initially started with, I was interested in my medical history. So you're always asked that at the doctors, and so I thought, well, let me find out some of that. That's certainly part of the equation. And it started with just non-identifying research, and I found out a little bit, but not too much. And then I gave it a few more years and decided, I really want to search and see if she's interested in finding me. And it was a really tough decision to do, but they did find her, and she read a letter that I wrote for her a number of years ago that I had in my file that I just really wanted her to see. And so she agreed to do that. And that's really all that I wanted. I wanted her to know that I was well and happy, and I was so in love with her for giving me up.
I love all your stories. They're all so different. That probably reflects the book. What kind of reaction have you gotten now that the book's out?
People appreciate, I think, the honesty, I think, of all of our stories, because when I wrote mine, I felt, you put it out there in public and you feel a little bit vulnerable, but I feel like people have really appreciated it, and as we're saying, they're all from all perspectives of motherhood. So, yeah,
wow,
really
ladies, I sit here and I say I'm very proud of all of you, but way to go, getting published as well, and really telling stories that obviously are about your lives, but I think will touch a lot of others. I wanted to put this up right here so you can see the cover of the book. You can find the Book of Moms by going to our hot links at ktvb.com. I think a lot of you are going to do that, a lot of our viewers right now. Aren't they wonderful? I give you a round of applause and say thank you for what you've done, sharing your stories, and I wish you much success.
Thank you for having us.
You bet. We're going to be back with more of the news at noon.